Hi everybody, welcome back to my design team project. We're making this folio using my favorite winter from Echo Park. It's really cute. So last time we got a lot of the way done. We just have to do this outside section here and this intersection here. We're going to start with this intersection. So let me go ahead and set this aside. And again, this is a design team project for Country Craft Creations. And you can get all the things to make it there. I will post a link. Also, there's a link below to the cutting guide for this album, which is free, of course, but I am going to give you some measurements. All right, so for this inner right side, we need, I've got my little scrap here, one piece 6.5 by 9, one piece 5 by 7, and one piece 7 by 7, and that's for this pocket flap we're about to make. And then there's an inner flap pocket, and you need one piece 5.5 by 9 and one piece 5 by 10. Okay, so let's start with this biggest piece. This is going to be the flap, and you just need to score one of the long edges at 1/2 inch. Okay. And this flap, well, I'm going to leave this out because we don't need it, is going to go this way with the score mark to the right. Okay. And then these are pockets, and I'm just double checking my sizing. Okay, so we're going to score 1/2 inch. Let me get the size for this. This is the 7, this is a square, so it doesn't matter. You can score it 3 sides. 1/2 inch. So I have Okay, and then this one you want to score both short sides and one long side at 1/2. Now there are various ways to make these kind of pocket flaps that involve folding and things like that result in less bulk on the flap. The only problem with that is the less bulk on the flap also means you're going to have less volume in the pocket. And I'm going to go ahead and, where's my other 2 pieces? I'm going to score the other 2 pieces as well. All right, so the smaller of the pieces, the, what size is this? 5.5 by 9. You want to put the 5.5 inch side across the top and score one of the long edges at 1/2 inch. I probably should get my larger scoreboard out, but it's just, this works just as well. And then the larger or longer piece, you want to score both short sides and one long side at 1/2 inch. Okay, so now we've got everything scored. I'm going to put my scoreboard away. Tool. Okay. Now on the pockets, let's go ahead and trim out the corners. Same one on this. Okay, now these are going to go on here. So what I'm going to do before I do anything else is check for fit in case I need to rescore and fold. That looks good. Okay. So then we can go ahead and tape, and I'm going to use my score tape. You could use glue, of course. One reason that I use tape for when I'm demonstrating like this is it's just faster for me to demonstrate with tape. It's not that I think it's better than the glue. I don't think it is, but but it is faster, so. And I'll go ahead and tape these as well. That way we're all set to go. Do it all at once. Bring this tape all the way into the corner since I'm going to be trimming it off anyway. Oops. Sorry, I was off camera there. These longer ones are a little tricky to do without stretching that tape or getting the tape crooked. Just do your best. Or use glue. Let's go ahead, burnish this tape and trim the corners of these ones. Once the tape is on, it's easier to turn it over to trim corners. This flap. Okay, and then I need to trim the top edges of these pockets on the tabs. This is not necessary. I just like to do it. I feel like it just looks a little bit neater. Flap as well. Okay, there's all of that. All right, now let's go ahead and assemble this one. Okay, so just fold your tabbing, because this is how it's going to go in the book with the tab to the right. This is the top, and then this pocket goes at the bottom, and then this pocket layers on top. So I'm just pulling a little bit of the tape away from each side, folding them in, and then folding the bottom up on top of them, like that. Okay. And then, actually, I'm going to start with this side. Normally, when I do things, just my natural inclination is to start with the lower left corner. But because we have a fold here and a tab, I want to make sure this lines up really well there. So I'm going to start with that side instead. Because if it hangs over just a little on this side, I don't care, but it'll be a problem on this side. Sorry, I hope I was on camera. Okay, so there we have our first pocket, which is a big long pocket to be able to fit a lot in there. Okay. I feel like in a folio in particular, where you don't have any pages, you really need a lot of pockets and good size flaps for photos and things. I'm just doing the exact same thing with this pocket. I don't know why I'm using my fingernails when I have a tool. And I chipped a fingernail this weekend, which I'm really annoyed about. I'm gonna see if I can run over and have my manicurist fix that this morning. This one, I'm just gonna line up with that one. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so now we have a flap with two pockets. Turn it sideways. This is going to go here, like that. Okay. Just gonna pull that up a little bit, make sure you can see. And this flap is just a hair shorter than my cover. Well, not really. I guess it's exactly the same size, so make sure you line it up top and bottom. Here we go. There's that. Okay. And hey, Holly, what you doing? Holly's trying to see if she can figure out a way to come over here for a visit. Nope, gave up, gonna go sleep. She's going over to her favorite corner on the couch. All right, so let's move this over. All right, now this is gonna be opposite. So this tab is on the left, and this pocket is gonna sit right on top of it. has before. Let's make sure it fits before we commit to anything. Yep, that's good. Okay. Now, if you want to, with this one, because it is going to be essential, well, it is not essentially the same size. It's the same size as the flap it's going to be sitting on. You could, if you wanted to, cut a notch here. I'm not going to, but you can if you want to. Just to make it easier to get things in and out of. Okay. So let's go ahead and get this lined up. Okay. And this piece goes here. I had to think about that for a minute. Okay. Now be careful here. You don't want to put it into that ditch. All right, so you just want to line it up so it's nice and even at the bottom and in a little bit from that ditch. That's a little too far to the right. That's good. Perfect. Okay, just like that. And we're going to add some magnets. So that's that. Okay, so the last thing we have is to do this section. Okay, so for this, we have, make sure I have all the pieces here. All right, so we have a base piece that's 5.5 by 7.5. We have a pocket that is 5 by 4.5, and we have two flaps which don't appear to be the same size, so I need to fix that. 7.5 by 3.5. So let me see which one of these is off size. It looks like this one. Yeah, this one's only 7. So I need a piece 3.5 by 7.5. Cut that one off, or I grabbed the wrong one. Hang on. There we go. We're going to assemble all of this on a base, so we can set this aside. Here's our base piece. And get rid of a few of these things. Okay. We're going to score our flat pieces. The short edge along the top. And score at 1/2 inch. Okay, and then the pocket. I feel like I cut this pocket the wrong size. I think this needs to be, yes, this pocket needs to be 1 inch wider than I have it. 5 by 4.5. Should have been 6 by 4.5. Okay, so let me fix that on my this is what I'll type up yours from. 6 by 4.5. Okay. All right. Cut that. Okay. When I made the didn't type up a cutting guide for this when I was making because I wasn't intending to do a tutorial on it. And then I realized I was going to do a tutorial, but it was all made. And I think I'd even already given it to my sister at that point. So I had to sort of rush measure it to figure out what sizes I'd used. Okay, so there is that. This is extremely straightforward. Might as well tape. That. All right. We're trimming out the corners. This is all very familiar by now. Making things like this on a base and then putting the whole assembly into the book makes it much easier, I think. Especially when they're kind of floating in the middle of the page the way this is. I'll put the pocket on last because we may need to make adjustments to it. And we're going to line this up. There. This one is going to have a tie. I don't have to worry about magnets with this one. This pocket needs to fit between those two flaps, and it does. Perfect. Now, if you have a really nice picture that you want to feature right there, you could just leave this pocket off. tool, but I put it away. There we go. Careful, I bent that pocket a little doing that. I'll be more careful than me. Okay, there we go. That'll be covered up. Okay, and then that gets folded over like that. Okay, cute. Oh, that seems to be a little crooked, doesn't it? You know what? I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but this top edge, even though it's lined up nicely at the bottom, I don't know if I cut this flap a little crooked, but it's just not quite straight there. I'm thinking maybe I'll just trim a hair's breadth off the top so that it looks neater. I think I will. Okay, there we go, that's better. Now, we need a tie. And where's the book? So when you open the book, this is going to be here. So this is what's visible there. So do we want to use the same so that they kind of match? Or do we want to use something contrasting? We have these two shades. I think I want to use this lighter one. And we're also going to need to map this before we put this down. Okay, so let's put that aside. I have this, which I can use to adhere this. So let us do this first. Okay. So I need a piece long enough to come around and tie in a bow. And leave a bit of tail. Excuse me. Okay. First thing in the morning, allergies acting up. Okay. So we're going to put a piece of tape, oops, across the middle, over the back. Give or take, about there. And what did I do with my little ruler? All right, it has a ribbon on it. It should be visible. There it is. Okay. Okay, it's going to go there. It's a little low, I think. Well, it is what it is. Okay, and then this piece, I trimmed it, so I need to double check. 5 by just a hair under 7.5, now that I trimmed off a little bit. What I think I'm going to do, just to make this easier, I'm going to put a little bit of tape here. Didn't need that much, but and a little bit here, just to hold these ribbons secure. So I don't want to mess these up while I'm putting down that back. Okay, pull these nice and taut and flat. Okay, there we go. And you can just use regular tape or glue if you don't have the sheets. Oh, I didn't put that on super straight. So I'll make sure none of it's sticking up above. Tiny bit right there, but I can fold that back. Okay. Okay, so there's that assembly. As we'll tie it. And of course, you can mat all these things as you go. To be honest, I haven't decided on my mats yet, so that's why I haven't. All right, now, speaking of, now we need to pick up the mat for here. That's going to go behind here. Now, unlike this one, a fair bit of this mat is going to show. So, but I wonder if, is this big enough? That's not big enough. That would have been a nice echo of that. I think I have another sheet of it though. I do. Okay, I want to do that. Yeah, and that'll look nice with that. Okay. So this we want to cut 6 3/8 by 8 7/8. Don't let me screw up that cut again. 6 3/8 by 8 7/8. Okay, that is going to go there. Trying to be good about using my little dish to keep track of my pin. Now that I have my nice little pin dongle in my little dish. Perfect. There. Okay, and then this is going to go here. And I feel like, I wonder if, do we want to go ahead and mat this before we put it in? I mean, we're at that stage, right? We finished everything. So why don't we do that? Let's go ahead and mat this and then we'll put it in. And let's see, it doesn't have to match anything else because nothing else is matted, except of course this. I'm just going to grab a scrap of that because that's what it's going to be sitting on. And let's grab our cutter. Now we used this on the outside cover, so it might be nice to open the book and see the same on the inside. Or would that be too matchy-matchy? That's kind of too matchy-matchy. Okay, so you don't want that. Using that brown ribbon, these doesn't really contrast that well with it, but they're really cute. What's on the back? This is pretty. Oh yeah. Okay, so we'll use this for that, and then we'll use this on the inside to pick up on that. Okay, so we're just going to use, I think, this one sheet for most of it. Although we'd still have the inside of these to do. We'll see. That'll get us started. All right, so these, I gotta measure mine because I trimmed it down. I have to measure anyway, but I'm gonna cut these 2 7/8 by 2 7/8 by 7 1/4, give or take, maybe a fat 7 1/4. You'd be cutting yours 7 3/8 if you hadn't had to trim this down. So 2 7/8. Now, here comes the question. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut this one with the front of the penguins and this one with the back, so they're not the same. But either way, it's 2 7/8. I feel like that's not as straight. Hang on. Of course, 2 7/8 on this ruler is a little tricky. I mean, on this cutter, but that's where it is, 2 7/8. Okay. And then, how long did I say this needed to be? Just a hair shorter than 7 3/8. Right there. Okay. Right, so this one is going to go here. Cute. Okay. And then I need to cut another one. Same width. Remember, from 1 minute to the next, 2 7/8. Let's see, this side. All right, just want to make sure I'm cutting this the right length. We're going to do, so we'll put this one here. I think I may ink this. Maybe not. It looks good. Having the white background makes it easier to not ink if you don't want to. All right, so that's going to go like that, which is very cute. All right, so then you open. Whoops. Oh, it's a good thing I checked, huh? That would have been upside down. Going to go like that. All right, let's glue those down and then we'll decide what we're going to do after that. Sorry, I'm off camera. I don't know if you can see on this piece, there's like a little lip. That's what this cutter does, and I really don't like it. All right, we'll come back later and do the rest of this. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the book. I think we're at a good stopping point after that. So let's do that. And then the next time we can finish everything up, all of our matting, and be done. All right. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, we're just going to center this right on the page. Whoops, taking my life in my hands. I'm going to take all of the adhesive off the back. That looks good. Drop it right down. Oops. Cute. Oh, this is coming out really cute. All right, so what we need to do next time, we need to add our magnets, because this definitely needs a magnet, and this needs a magnet. So I think we're gonna get, I may do 2 magnets here, because this is pretty big. So 3 magnets total for the whole thing, unless I do 2 here, because this is also pretty big. 3 or 4 magnets, not too bad. And what we're going to do is a ribbon closure for here, if we need it. We're kind of going to play it by ear. I feel like it does, though, because the bulk of this and this, whoops, I got it backwards. No, I don't. That's how it goes. Duh. I think it needs a tie, so I'm going to do a ribbon. Or maybe one of my little bulldogs, we'll see. But anyway, all right. So again, this is a design team project for Country Craft Creations, and there is a link down below where you can get all the supplies. And the collection is My Favorite Winter from Echo Park. Thank you so much for watching. Next time we're going to finish up this project. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It really means a lot to me, and thank you if you already have. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.